Here with senior Ashley Keck to preview the 2025 Concordia Volleyball season. As we record this, a little over a week away from the first official match, so it's coming up fast. Wanted to first go back to when you were in high school and looking at colleges. What was it that made you decide on Concordia?
Yeah, definitely the closeness. I'm just from Concordia, Nebraska, so it's a little over an hour and a half to get here. The Christian faith base was huge for me. I think this is really big in my life, so coming to a school that also valued it was really important. And Ben and Angie reached out to me. They showed how much they care about their recruits. They want their recruits to be involved in things. I think I got a Christmas card. They really put in a lot of effort for their recruits, and so it just felt like coming here.
I know a lot of people in the program have talked about it feeling like a family, a really fun atmosphere. What's your experience been like the past few years?
Yeah, for sure. I mean, families aren't all rainbows and sunshines. There's a bunch of hard times that come through families, and I think that's what's so special about Concordia is as a family we don't judge one another, and you have good days, you have bad, but what's the most important is we're there for each other, and so that's where that family base comes from. So that's my experience with it.
As a freshman, you were GPAC Freshman of the Year. What stood out to you maybe most about your first year and kind of some of the challenges that you face getting used to being a college athlete?
Yeah, we always kind of joke about it. You come from high school and you're the star of your high school, and then you get to college and you're whoa, all these people around me are just as good as me. And so I think that was the first shocker, and I think a lot of people do experience that coming into college sports their freshman year. But Concordia did a really amazing job of making everyone feel welcomed and helping you through that process, because it's not just a process that you should push to the side or anything. It's just a big learning experience.
So in what ways do you feel like you've grown the most then since you first got here?
Yeah, I'm a really big competitor. Everyone that plays with me, coaches me, really knows that. And so taking my competitive ability, but also serving my teammates in the ways that's best for them in that competitiveness. So changing whether it's the way my nonverbals are on the court or to help one another that are around me. I think that's big.
Mm-hmm. Well, this past season was another national tournament, national quarterfinals, just kind of continuation of the success the program's been having for several years now. How do you explain kind of how that has happened so consistently?
Yeah, I think a lot of it is due to our coaches. They keep us at a really high standard, and if we dip below that standard, we get put in check. And I think also having a good senior group that we had last year and the year before, or the past 3 years since I've been here, really dive into that with the coaches, and they're really good at leading us to get to those points. So I think as a senior class this year, we're going to do all the best of our ability to put ourselves in the positions that everyone before us were, and be the best leading group that we can to get us back to nationals.
Let It Rip is the theme for this year's team. I don't know if you had some input on that or anything, but how did the team come up with it, and how does that kind of fit who you are as a team?
Yeah, Let It Rip is so funny because when we were first told this, a lot of us thought of farting, so that's kind of the Google side to it. Yeah. But Let It Rip came obviously from the coaches and their focus for us for this year, and what it means to me, and I think what as a team we're trying to make it be, is that let it rip now and make those mistakes in practice in the game now. So in these big moments when we get to Nationals, GPAC Championship, we can truly let it rip without the fear of not executing a play and just going for it. And if you don't execute the play, we don't care and we move on from it. But just having that confidence and building that upon one each other to let it rip in the big moments, I think is really where that comes from.
You had Bree Birtwhistle as a setter earlier in your career, and then last year it was a bit of a change with having two setters. How exactly did that come together to kind of continue being successful in that area? Yeah,
I think obviously a transition in a setter position like that is huge, but when you have coaches like Ben and Angie and knowing the stuff that they do, I think they made it super easy. And just having that continuous feedback and like I said, the way we respond to each other with our competitiveness, our smiles, everything. Smiling was really big for me last season. I think that helps it all come together because you have 2 new setters thrown into the game last year, Sav and Lily, and I think they executed just as amazingly as Bree and her 5 won this year.
You were first team All-American, GPAC Attacker of the Year as a junior. How did things come together for you to have that kind of success?
Yeah, I think it's all due to my teammates. Like ultimately the game is 6 people and then it's all of our bench mob on the side. So as much as it's nice that I have those accolades, like it truly just comes from the people around me. Couldn't have done those without them. I couldn't have done them without my coaches. So gotta give all dues to them.
Well, I'm going to ask you to talk about yourself again, but you're getting close to a certain milestone. What would it mean to you to have 1,000 kills in your career?
Yeah, I think it's just a really cool milestone to have. I got to hit it in high school, and it's just cool. I mean, nothing stops after that. You get to keep going, so it'll just be a big honor to have. And I mean, just like I said, it's due to the setters that I've had, Bree Whistle, Sav, and Lily, and just everyone that has gotten me to that point because I can't get a kill without the teammates that I have on the court. So,
what do you want to do better at as a senior then?
Yeah. I would say, well, I don't serve, so I could increase in that, but also just like being that ultimate encourager, really, because as a senior, a lot of people look up to all of us. We have 10 seniors this year. Like everyone's always going to have eyes on us, so always being that smiling face and helping hand that my teammates can come to when needed.
You mentioned a big senior class. What is that bond like? A lot of them you've been with the entire time you've been at Concordia.
Yeah, it's a lot of communication. Communication is key in that because a lot of things can get mixed up with 10 people, but I think we're all diving into the process and communicating well already and having those one-on-ones with Ben and Angie to really just be the most successful leadership team for this 2025 team we can be.
We mentioned some of the recent success of the program. I guess Let It Rip has sort of helps you focus focus your attention in a certain way. But what is it like being part of a program where you come into a season and the expectations are really high and people have seen what you've done and they expect a lot from you this year too?
Yeah. I think it's a really good starting point to have, but it's also like we can't dip in any sort of way. Like we know that we can grow in inches every single day, right? We haven't exactly reached the national championship, GPAC championship that we want, and so I think a focus, especially this preseason, is where in the little ways can we grow that we can hopefully eventually get to those goals this year.
Why did you start playing volleyball?
I was big into sports. Like I played probably every sport you can think of, even up to like BB gun shooting with Ashley Wishmeyer when we were like 10 years old. But I started at YMCA in Kearney. That's where I started. So
I believe you're a business administration major, right? Have you started thinking about what's coming next after college yet?
Yeah. Well, as of right now, I'd say this is my last season of volleyball, but we never know like what God's plans like are for me, and so maybe volleyball's in the future. I don't know for sure yet, but with my major, I'm currently an intern at Union Pacific Railroad, and I have been this whole summer. That goes year round, so that could be a long-term thing eventually. So that's kind of where my direction is heading right now.
Okay, I was going to ask a few like really quick questions. Perfect. Type of thing. Okay. You have a favorite Lincoln restaurant?
The Oven. It's like an Indian restaurant downtown.
Okay. Do you have a go-to pregame meal?
Not a pregame like meal, just anything light. But for like a game, I always have to have a Gator Light, specifically like a purple one. I will always have that on the sideline with me. Yeah.
Okay. Would you rather have a big block kill or like a challenging dig?
Blocks. Blocks are pretty cool.
Okay. If you could pick a singer or a band to play a concert at Bulldog Stadium, who would you choose?
I am a big country girl, and I'm really into Dylan Gossett right now. Some people know him, some people don't, but I just saw him this summer, and it was the best concert I've been to.
Okay, he
So
would fill
definitely
up
him.
Bulldog Stadium.
Yeah, maybe I could help get it filled up.
What was some fun you were able to do this summer?
Yeah, just kind of chill. Like I did my internship, worked full time with that, but just hang out around the people that I love and not have to worry about going to a bunch of places or being too busy.
If you could pick one teammate to help you make it through a zombie apocalypse, who would it be?
Oh gosh, maybe like Molly Marvin.
Okay.
Yeah.
Do you have a favorite professional sports team?
I don't have a favorite team, but I like to watch the MLB baseball.
Okay. Is there a hidden talent that you have?
No, I don't have a hidden talent, unfortunately.
Biggest hobby outside of playing volleyball?
I don't know about hobby. I'm just into sports. I like being outside, going on walks, playing with my dog. She's not here, she's with my parents, but just being around my family. I like to do that.
All right, last thing, can I get a SCO Dogs?
Yeah, SCO Dogs!